In this video, I built 13 different creatures from myth and legend, and today I'll be telling their story with Lego. Small disclaimer, myth and legend come in various stories, so it's highly possible that the version I chose for this video isn't the one you were thought. But feel free to notice me in the comment. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video and grab some candy or steal them from your sibling and enjoy this brief documentary about 13 creatures from myth and legend.
We'll start with my favorite one, the Bigfoot. Also named Sasquatch, the Bigfoot can be described in many different ways. Some will say it's a tall gorilla, others will say it's a Gigantopithecus, yeah, just like the creature in Ark Survival Evolved, and another group will say it's a human. Lego did make a Bigfoot in a CMF series, but I'd rather make my own. I just made a taller version of the pre-existing Lego Bigfoot. Back to the legend. The legend tells us about a humanoid-like creature living in North America, mainly between the USA and Canada. Large and muscular, Bigfoot is frequently characterized as having hair that is either dark brown, black, or dark reddish, but I prefer the reddish-brown for this video. As for the sightings, I'll start with the Ape Canyon incident. On July 1924, a group of gold prospectors saw a group of ape-like humans standing on two legs near their cabin. To make them go away, one of the guys took his rifle and shot one of the creatures. And it worked for a couple hours. During the night, the Bigfoots came back and attacked the cabin by tossing rocks and even knocking out one of the guys. After the incident, the gold prospectors fled the site. Another sighting, and probably the most famous, is the Patterson-Gimlin encounter, which would result with this iconic picture of Bigfoot. Since then, many encounters have been reported to the authorities about the Bigfoot. Most of them are just sightings, but sometimes we get echoes of an accident or a fight. The legend is so popular that there's a TV series named Finding Bigfoot, which traumatized me as a kid. The TV series is basically a group of guys trying to find the mythical creature. Just like the Bigfoot, the next cryptid is located in the USA, precisely in West Virginia. The Mothman is a humanoid beast with butterfly wings on its back. It's taller than a regular 5'10" human, standing at 7 feet with red glowing eyes, and it's very hostile and will not hesitate to attack for fun. The first sighting of Mothman was in November 1966. On November 15th, two couples were in their cars when they saw a large black figure standing on the side of the road. The Mothman then pursued them while roaring at them from above. After a while, the Mothman let them go. A few days later, other reports from a large black figure were given to the police, but we never knew what it was. In 2002, a festival was held in Point Pleasant to celebrate the legend of the Mothman. Nowadays, over 100 people have seen Mothman in the state of West Virginia. Now for this one, we need to go underwater. This is Nessie, or the Loch Ness Monster. You decide. The witnesses described it as a long-necked lake monster with a slight bump on its back. This creature is raking in the Loch Ness Lake located in Scotland. The first sighting was in 555. Yeah, it's a long time ago, where a saint and his friends saw a group of people dragging a man out of the water. The group explained that this man was attacked by a creature in the water. Now, I present you a typical Nessie encounter. A group of people were walking or driving near the lake and they suddenly find a strange-looking beast with a long neck and then report their sighting to the cops. That's it. Anyway, the last sighting of the Loch Ness Monster was recently in 2021 during a live stream. Basically, a guy decided to fly his drone near the Loch Ness while live and he apparently recorded the monster. As for a more scientific approach, experts say that it is maybe a family of plesiosaurs that survived, which is kinda odd.
Born from the Navarro culture, the Skinwalker is often described as a powerful witch or sorcerer with shape-shifting capacity. They can possess an animal or simply disguise as one. Most of the time, they will turn into a coyote or a wolf. These people chose to use their powers for evil and witchcraft, unlike the healers. Also, they can take control of a living animal or person to use them for their own benefits. Unfortunately, the Skinwalker known on the internet is not the same as the original. Now, on the internet, a Skinwalker is a term used for beasts that kills and shapeshift into domestic animals in order to approach their master to kill them more easily. The internet twisted the legend to turn it into a human killing machine rather than a sorcerer or witch.
Now we're traveling to the highest mountain range in the world, the Himalaya. There you'll find a lot of corpses and a well-known legend, the Yeti, also named the Abominable Snowman. This one is very similar to the Bigfoot in terms of appearance, but instead of being black or brown, it's white or light gray. Just like the Bigfoot, Lego did make Yeti 3 times. They made this strange big mold, a Minecraft skin called Yeti, and the Yeti itself, right here. But I decided to make my own Yeti, so I gave a paint job to the previous Bigfoot. The proofs that Yeti exist are mainly the same as Bigfoot, being large footprints and small sightings. We will now send our mate John in the Himalaya range to see if the Yeti is real.
John, do you hear me? Okay, that's good to know. Okay, now John, climb a little bit higher and you'll probably see the Yeti.
Hello there.
Oh. John, are you alright? Run, John, run!
Okay, we do not panic, John is in big trouble. Okay, that was really risky. Consider leaving a like to support John for the second time.
Who doesn't like frog? Frog. The Frogman is a humanoid frog from Ohio and stands at 4 feet tall. Talk about a small fella. I know this is more than 4 feet, but just ignore it. It isn't aggressive or some sort, it just wanders around for fun, I guess. The first mention of Frogman started in 1955. A guy was driving on an unknown road and then the Frogman appeared. Some years later, in 1972, a police officer reported to his colleague that he saw a strange walking frog-like creature on the road. His colleague then found the creature and shot it. This cop is surely an American. The Goatman or Pope-licked monster is a humanoid creature located in the USA, precisely in the state of Kentucky. From what I can read, this beast is extremely aggressive compared to the other creatures. It can be described as a half-man, half-goat creature with terrifying claws. Many methods are used by the Goatman to kill its victims. It can use hypnosis to lure humans to their foe, or use or mimic voice to lure them. Some stories suggest that the Goatman attacks its victims with an old rusty axe, or straight up jump on the roof of a near car passing by. I don't know how much anger and hatred this beast has, but it sure isn't low. Some people speculate that the Goatman was a reincarnation of a person that did a satanic ritual early in their life.
Living in the deepest forest of North America lives one of the most fearful creatures, or should I say, the most fearful spirit. Born from the North America's natives, the Windigo is said to be a vengeful spirit. The description differs from tales, but it's often described as a skinny, tall creature with brown fur, an open ribcage, and sharp claws. It also has a deer skull as a head. To track its prey, many tales tells us about a mimic scream, mostly desperate for help. It lurks into the forest shadow, waiting for a single person or a group of people, and then proceed to decapitate them with its sharp claws and dreadful teeth. To end the Windigo, it is said that only a shaman can destroy it using silver weapons like bullets or spears. Other tells us that the heart must be melted down with fire in order to fully destroy it. It is also said that the more you say its name, the more you attract the spirit. Oh, well, I'm definitely fucked POV me tonight.
Spotted in South America, the Chupacabra is a creature who lives by sucking living animals, mostly goats. The name Chupacabra literally means goat sucker. It is described as a reptile humanoid or a hairless dog-like creature with spikes on its back. So I went with that design, took a warg from The Hobbit, and put spikes on its back. The Chupacabra is the size of a small bear, and like I said earlier, it nourishes itself by sucking farm animals like sheep, cows, and goats. The first sighting of the Chupacabra was in 1975 in Puerto Rico, after a bunch of farm animals were killed and none had blood left in their body.
The first report of the Chupacabra was in 1995.
When 8 sheep were sucked to death. Anyway, few months later, a lady was the first eyewitness of the Chupacabra, and still to this day, people are trying to find this myth. Probably one of the most common urban legend of all, UFO sightings and human abduction. I know this one isn't a creature like the Skinwalker, but it's still an important part of urban legend. It is now part of certain culture like the American one. You know, when you turn on the TV at 3 a.m. for some reason and you land on some random documentary about a guy that got his balls chopped off by alien. Anyway, UFO sightings are often seen at night. It's usually the story of a guy that was walking home when he saw an unknown flying object in the sky. He then reports the sighting to the police. Sometimes, alien likes to draw a symbol in a cornfield for some reason. But most of the time, the UFO is just a plane on their way to commit more war crimes. As for the human abduction, the alien just randomly spawn and decide to abduct a human for a scientific purpose. The victim then say that they did surgery on him and after dumped him where they took him.
Coming from Germany, the word Doppelganger means a look-alike or a double.
This one is a popular urban legend across Europe.
The legend tells us about a copy of ourselves. Basically, if one day you wander around and you see someone who looks just like you, this is a bad omen. According to the legend, once you see your double, this one will try to kill you and then replace you. Some people believe this legend because their friend completely changed their personality after telling them they saw their double.
This myth is pretty recent compared to other myths and legends. It first appeared in 2013. It revolves around a mysterious and sinister figure known as the Rake. A humanoid creature with unsettling features such as pale skin, sharp claws, and a disturbing emaciated appearance. The Rake is often depicted as a nocturnal predator that stalks and terrorizes its victims, sometimes breaking into their homes or appearing in their dreams. The legend emphasizes on the creature's malevolent intent and its ability to induce fear and paranoia in those who encounter it.
The urban legend of Slender Man is about a tall figure with long limbs known for stalking, abducting people, and killing people, especially children. The character is depicted as wearing a black suit and having a featureless white face. Over time, Slender Man became a widespread phenomenon, appearing in various online stories, videos, and games. The legend took a darker turn in 2014 when two 12-year-old girls from Wisconsin, motivated by the belief that Slender Man was real, attempted to murder a friend to prove their devotion to him. Anyway, the only way to kill Slender Man is to expose him to a huge amount of radiation, so just toss this guy in Chernobyl or Fukushima and we'll be safe. This is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. So if you liked the video, consider subscribing and comment which one was your favorite myth and legend, and I'll see you in the next one.